What's good in the hood, YouTube? This is Crazy Samurai 71 here, bringing you another video. So today I wanted to start doing my reaction time videos for Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. I definitely will tell you there's probably more than A New Hope, and A New Hope had a good number of videos, as you notice. Like I split that into like 7 parts, which is a lot, but that's because there's a lot of commercials and there's a lot to react to. So I'm looking forward to definitely continuing this and seeing how the 5th movie did their commercials. And at this point, I have seen the movie, and I loved. At this point, I've seen the 7th movie, if you're curious, and I loved it. So let's get started with going into our first commercial. So here we go, guys.
It's the new Boba Fett Star Wars large-size action figure from Kenner. Darth Vader sold separately.
Capture them alive! I'm the best bounty hunter in the whole galaxy. That's why you got the job.
Boba Fett has a see-through helmet with play rangefinder to locate your objective. You can move his legs, knees, arms, even wrists and elbows. His backpack unit is removable.
You have your mission. Good luck. I don't need luck. I'm the best.
New Boba Fett Star Wars large-size action figure from Kenner. Darth Vader sold separately.
Okay, so that was actually a pretty good, actually a pretty surprising commercial. So that was one of those larger scale toy figures. In this case, it was Boba Fett. They also showed off Darth Vader in that, but they said he was sold separately, which is cool. It makes sense. But they emphasized Boba Fett, which one thing that's interesting is that it's similar to those large scale figures that they did for the original A New Hope with their first commercials that I did way back when. That I did with the first New Hope video. Except in this case, those were very like blocky, and they would move. You know, the arms would probably just move up and down, and they would have very limited articulation otherwise. But this guy actually has some arm bends and some actual articulation, which is pretty surprising for his scale. He has a removable backpack, which is nice. But and just in general, he looks like a pretty nice figure, and he's pretty well detailed, and he's definitely a lot more. He definitely has a lot more to him than those other guys. So it's smart that they actually did take the time to factor that in. But then again, this is the 5th movie, not the 4th one. Where in this case, it's like 2 years later. So I guess maybe they decided to put even more attention to what they had already been doing with these figures and stuff. So looks good. Looks really, really good, and really nice to see how it looked in that commercial. So yeah, thumbs up. Let's keep going, guys.
It's the Darth Vader collector's case from Kenner's Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back collection. You can display it or open it up into an action figure storage unit. It holds up to 31 action figures like Bosk, Lando Calrissian, and IG-88. Action figures each sold separately. There's even a handy chamber for accessories. And it's got a hidden handle, so you can take it with you. Darth Vader collector's case from Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back collection. Action figures each sold separately. New from Kenner.
Okay, so that actually is pretty nice because a few episodes into my New Hope reactions, they did a similar thing for a collection case for those figures. But the thing was is that really just had like an image of like some of the action figures and stuff on the front, but it didn't look that exciting. It looked kind of bland and boring. This has Darth Vader, and kids would easily pick up that compared to if they just have this image of the Star Wars logo and stuff, which is still a cool logo and it's still a cool box. But like that right there, that contained like 31 figures, which I think the original one contained like something like 24 or something like that, maybe even less. That's a good number of figures, though 31 is like kind of random. But I guess it's probably because of how it's sculpted to resemble his head and all that. It's not meant to be like a big box. It's meant to look like his head. It has like a hidden handle. I mean, it's a nice looking box, and it's pretty nice that it's such a big scale thing. Like it's really big. Like, that's not a small scale thing, and that's obviously because of the fact that they want to fit a lot of figures in it. But at the same time, they want it to be really clear that like that's Darth Vader, and it totally looks like Darth Vader. I love how it looks. It's definitely nice. Like that's a big step up from the last collector's case. So really, really cool job on their part. I love it. I really do.
I feel safe here.
Thanks to Lando Calrissian. Welcome to Cloud City.
From Kenner's Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back collection, action figures R2-D2, Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia, each sold separately. And here's action figures Boba Fett, Darth Vader, and IG-88.
They can't escape us.
I'll get the bounty. No, boss, I will. You've got your mission, man. Now move out.
IG-88, Bosk, Lando Calrissian, and other action figures each sold separately. From Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back collection, from Kenner.
Okay, so again, that was a action figure commercial, and it showed off IG-88, which is a figure like it's this character that's been like talked about so much, like in different genres and stuff. But I feel like it's really not as big as it really looks to be. Like I've seen what it's supposed to like, what the actual IG-88 is, and it's like. You know, it's like a backward figure. And Bosk, same idea. I mean, the only one that's big is Boba Fett, and like Boba Fett has a joke there, but like it's just kind of weird. They also showed off Lando and his figure, which is obvious that they were gonna do that, and I guess that was supposed to take place in Cloud City, and and that whole entire scene that the kids were acting out was that scene from the movie. When they're gonna go and collect the bounty of Han, that whole entire scene. So it's clever, and I like the fact that they even reference the movie. And now it's like it's been a while, so I'm fine with like admitting to what things are, and also like the commercial is straight up saying things. So I mean, if kids didn't know, then then that's telling them whether they like it or not. Then again, most parents probably just thought, oh, it's probably just some random kids like doing stuff if they hadn't seen the movie. So you get the point. It's fine. So perfectly good. Let's keep going, guys.
Boba Fett, Darth Vader, Chewbacca, and 18 other action figures, all from Kenner Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back collection, each sold separately. At participating stores, you can check specially marked packages for details on how to get the secret figure. New Bosk, Alien Bounty Hunter, not available in stores yet, free with 4 proofs of purchase from any of The Empire Strikes Back action figures. Offer expires May 31st, 1980. Darth Vader, Chewbacca, Boba Fett, and other action figures, each sold separately. From Kenner Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back collection.
Okay, so that was a commercial again for action figures. This time it showed like 18 different figures. There's Boba Fett again, which Boba Fett was a huge deal at this time, and even so, Boba Fett has an awesome design, so it makes a lot of sense. Darth Vader was showing off, Chewbacca. You even see Greedo in there. They hyped up Bosk, who is this figure that was very new, who was featured in the Empire Strikes Back, and I mentioned him before, and Cloud City, and it looks really good. It's a really good commercial. I mean, look, there's a lot of figures, and the thing is that people who have the fourth movie figures, they're obviously going to get these newer ones, even if they've already had these characters. So you'll have like a New Hope version, and then you'll have the Empire Strikes Back version of Darth Vader or Chewbacca, both versions, or you'll have all these different variations, and a lot of these are like bounty hunters and villains. If you hadn't noticed, a lot of those figures really were. So it's kind of interesting to see that they emphasize the villains a lot more, which makes sense because there were a lot more new villains than there were good guys in this movie. Although there were some good guys that were new that were actually pretty significant. But I feel like there's a bigger emphasis of villains over heroes in Empire Strikes Back in regard to new ones. But still good, still perfectly good stuff, and it's a very, very popular movie. Typically, this one or the sixth one is considered like the most beloved, and it's really good. It's a really good, clean commercial that it has enough information in it to keep things interesting and just do things well. So yeah,